Hello again. There is a very great disconnect these days between what ordinary people say in the privacy of their homes or when they're chatting to friends and family and what they feel able to say in their workplace or a public space like a coffee shop or gym or indeed on Facebook, Twitter and things like that on the internet. It's a little like living in Soviet Russia or Nazi Germany, when one never knew when an informer might overhear what was said, which could bring ruin to you and your family. Of course, saying the wrong thing in public in modern Britain will not result in a trip to a labour camp or a spell of internal exile, but the consequences can still be pretty devastating. It is possible to lose a job, for instance, and also even to become unemployable, with all the resultant anxiety for those raising families. Consider what happened to David Starkey, who was, until a few years ago, one of our most popular and distinguished historians. All it took was literally half a dozen unguarded words, and his career was effectively ended. His publisher dropped him, and he will never work in television again. This is what happens to those who say what they think about matters relating to ethnicity, sexuality, gender, immigration, and a dozen other topics. I'm quite often stopped by people who recognise me when I'm out and about, all of whom so far have been favourably disposed towards me. Indeed, on several occasions I've had people drive past in white vans and call out as they go by, "Hello again." I feel like some ageing comedian from the music halls who will forever be known for his catchphrase. Not all these people are old, and nor are they all white, which is interesting. The one thing which they all say, though, is that I am saying things on this channel that they and their families think and say to each other, but that they could never say openly for fear of the consequences. This is a shocking state of affairs. They're not talking about being unable to say things like death to the Jews or let's burn down the houses of this or that minority, things which would of course be vile and illegal. No, they're talking rather about feeling that they cannot say that they would like to see asylum seekers return to the last safe European country through which they passed on their way here, or that they think that those born as men should not be allowed to enter sporting events meant for women. Both these views are perfectly innocuous and rational, but they have cropped up when I've been talking to people who have stopped me in the street and given us examples of things that they feel unable to say publicly. This really is a terrible situation. There are and always have been laws in this country to prevent anybody from advocating violence or urging criminal behaviour in public. Quite right too. What there has not always been in Britain, though, is a network of informers who will listen for and spy out heterodox opinions and beliefs and then use them to try and destroy those whose views are unpalatable to them. This is a recent development. These people make it their business to find out about those who say the wrong things and then go beetling off to those people's employers with samples of tweets or things said on Facebook to see if they can harm the person's reputation or even get them sacked. We all know about this, and it has a chilling effect upon open debate, which is a very bad thing. I need hardly add that such tactics have been used against me, or I should say that people have attempted to use them against me with no success. An atmosphere of fear is generated because people see how even J.K. Rowling, the best-selling author of our time, has fallen from grace over a few casual remarks in support of spaces for women. She is now viewed as a transphobe, and right-thinking people are urged to shun her. What a state of affairs! Not only do I say on this channel what many other people are thinking, I make it a point of honour that anybody can come here and say what they please about me and my opinions. Some people express the most robust disagreement with me, and that's fine. Others, of course, use this freedom to promote anti-Semitic conspiracy theories and praise Hitler, which I regard personally as dreadful. However, it's not actually criminal to hold such views, and as long as YouTube lets them make their comments, I'm happy for them to do so. My hope is that this present way of life in Britain, with people sneaking around and informing on each other, will come to a halt, and that we should be able to return to a way of life where, as long as people did not advocate violence, they are able to say pretty much what they think. I'm doing my own little bit here to bring about such a change.